So to your first half commentary of the afternoon, it's the whole of the Exeter Chiefs Champions Cup trip to 3 times winners Toulon. Your commentary team at the Stade Royal in southern France is the former Exeter Chiefs captain John Lockyer and, of course, first of all, Nigel Warrant.
Thank you very much, Richard. Good afternoon. Welcome everyone back to this fabulous stadium. It's filled up fairly nicely. I don't think it's going to be close to the 13,700 we had here when Chiefs were here a decade ago, but it's certainly generating a lovely atmosphere, isn't it, John?
Oh, fabulous. And to see that brass band play the 2 national anthems, that makes the hair on the back of your head stand up, doesn't it?
Let's run through the 2 sides as we await the teams to come out onto the pitch. Exeter, Tom Wyatt at fullback. The wingers, Manny Faye-Waboso and Ben Hammersley. The centres, Henry Slade and Joe Hawkins. Halfbacks today, Harvey Skinner with young Tom Cairns. Scott Seo, Dan Frost and Aaron Painter make up the front row. Russ Tuima and skipper Daffyd Jenkins in the second row. And the back row of Ethan Root, Jacques Vermeulen and Greg Fisselau. The bench, Max Norrie, Nika Aboladze, Marcus Street, Lewis Pearson, Ross Vincent, Stu Townsend, Rory O'Loughlin and Ollie Woodburn. The Toulon side, they've got Melvin Jaminet at fullback, Gail Dreen and Gabin Villiers on the wings. Villiers, member of the French World Cup squad. It's Waisa Naisaleva of the Fijian International at one centre berth. The other one is Matteo Smaili. Enzo Hervé is the fly half alongside Ben White, the Scotland scrum half. The front row, Bruce DeVoe, Jack Singleton, who's recently joined Toulon on loan from Gloucester, Becca Gigashvili, the Georgian international prop, and it'll be interesting if Nika Aboladze comes on when Gigashvili's still on the pitch, as there'll be international teammates propping against each other. Mateus Halagahu and Brian Alanou-Easy is the second row pairing for Toulon. Esteban Abadi, Charles Olivon, their skipper, and Argentinian World Cup player Facundo Issa make up their back row. Their bench, Christopher Tolofua, Danny Priso, Emerick Setiano, David Ribbons, the England international, former Northampton Saints player, Cornel Dupree, the South African-born Scotland international, Baptiste Serra, Lester Fanga Anuku, the New Zealander, and Malin Rabu. The referee, well, it's an all-Irish officiating team. Chris Busby is the referee, Oisin Quinn and Andrew Cole the assistant referees. Leo Colgan is the television match official, and the 2 teams have just come out onto the pitch in front of us. Exeter wearing their blue cup kit this season, and Toulon in their usual black shirts with red trim. As we look out from the tunnel side of the ground, the Chiefs are playing from left to right, and it's going to be Toulon who will kick off through French international Melvin Jaminet. We're getting the usual famous Toulon chant here before we kick off.
The story apparently is somebody who comes down from the mountains, isn't it? I don't know whether it's a man or a beast, but my word, he doesn't have to give it some stick.
I'm told they've stopped doing, when we were here last time, once Toulon think they've got a match sewn up, they all throw newspapers. Well, apparently that's stopped now because they're worried about environment, and so they don't waste paper like that anymore.
And I think the story on that was that the press said they didn't score enough tries, so when they scored the 3rd or 4th try, Toulon used to chuck all these newspapers down. But anyway,
we're underway here. Toulon have kicked that ball deep into the Exeter 22, and we've got an early ruck about 10 metres from the Chiefs line. We're right overlooking the Mediterranean Sea here, the beautiful port of Toulon. It's a naval port as well, and it was sunny earlier. It's clouded over a little bit now, but much better than conditions we had yesterday. Very wet here, and the pitch was already cut up in the warm-up. Toulon creating a little bit of a gap on the outside, ball out to Gabin Villiers. He shrugs off a couple of tackles before being brought down by Tom Wyatt midway inside the Exeter half. Ben White feeds another pod of forwards. Good defence from the Chiefs there.
Very good defence, right in their faces. Exeter making their tackles, and they've got to. Rusty Tuima's just made a tackle. The game is now on the halfway line with the home side with the ball in hand.
Bruce DeVoe, the loose head prop, driving the ball on there for Toulon. They are second in the French top 14, 2 points behind Racing. And that's a lovely kick forward. The ball is loose.
Knocked on.
Yeah, knocked on by Toulon. Referee playing advantage. Chiefs have got a ruck ball on their 22. Yeah, Toulon won here last weekend, 36-13 against Joe Simmons' POW side, or Poe, as I think some people pronounce it.
Yeah, it's a good start from the home side. They kicked it very deep. Exeter have been defending most of this first couple of minutes, but at the moment the tackles are good, and that's another very good kick from young Tom Cairns.
Yeah, great distance on that.
Very
Hammersley snaps into the tackle and timed that very well. He's mistimed a couple in recent weeks, but he got that one right. Taken on by the tight head Becca Gigashvili, the 31-year-old Georgian international. Knock on by Chiefs, so we're coming back for a scrum. Put in Toulon pretty much on halfway, and this will be an interesting forward battle, John.
Very much so. Exeter's scrummaging has been so improved this season, and they've got what I would consider as the best front row out there at the moment. Definitely the best two props, CO and Painter. Two very, very experienced men in the front row, so this will be interesting. And as you said earlier, during the warm-up, the pitch, they've had so much rain in the south of France, and it is a proper grass, all grass pitch. We were here last night and it was really squelching with water, and the pitch is cutting up even during the warm-up matches, warm-up sessions. Now then, the first scrum of the game, it'll be interesting to see how much of the grass comes out, but it's a scrum to Toulon. They'd expect to win this, but Exeter will put them under a bit of pressure.
Yep, scrum's gone well for Chiefs this season. Slow put in by Toulon. Cairns putting his opposite number under pressure. It's picked up by the number 8 there, Facundo Issa, the Argentinian international.
They've gone over the gain line, and now it's Toulon on the halfway line. Big forward standing off, making inroads, but Exeter making their tackles. They flew out of the line then. Exeter are playing this scramble defence, and they're doing a good job.
They are disrupting well there. Scrum half white. Back to his fullback Jamineau, who drills that ball down the centre of the pitch. Oh, Tom Wyatt, oh, he's unfortunate there. He slipped as he tried to field the ball, and unfortunately he's knocked on about 15 metres from his own line.
I think he was in a little bit of two minds whether to let that ball go and then pick it up, but he actually made the right decision for him, and he actually slid as he was picking it up, and it's shot out of his hands. This gives a very good attacking position for the home side now. That's just what Exeter didn't want, a mistake like that. And poor Tommy Wyatt, he looks distraught for what he's done, but he's got to just forget all about it and get on with the game.
Well, we've seen in previous matches this season, when he does make a mistake, he seems to be the sort of player who can put it behind him. So
he's got to. He was unlucky, wasn't he? Because he slipped as he went, and there's a lump of turf come out, and then the ball shot out of his hands.
But great attacking position for Toulon here. Of course, they were the Challenge Cup winners last season, beating Glasgow in the final.
The scrum is taking a long time to get set, and the referee now is asking the two front rows to stand up. That's not a bad thing, because that stopped a little bit of momentum gain for Toulon. We've got to be as canny as what other clubs are, and if our two props, with their very experienced, if they can hold this sort of momentum up a little bit, you never know. And into the mind of the referee, Mr. Busby from Ireland, you never know whether he's thinking perhaps that Toulon are possibly engaging a bit early. You might get a free kick out of this, but we're clutching at straws a bit. Here comes the scrum.
Again, he's taking an age to put the ball in, Ben White. And it's taken off the back there by Issa. He's lost the ball in the tackle, though.
Well done, Exeter. Very good tackle, because the giant number 8 drove in, and I think it might have been, I think Vermeulen did some good work there.
Just watch the...
Bless my soul.
Was it Skinner initially? It might have been
Well, he
Skinner.
ran up, as a number 8 would. He runs straight at the smaller men, and Skinner's not the biggest of them, but I think Vermeulen got a second tackle in. Now it's an Exeter put in. Now it's going to be interesting.
5 metres out, right underneath the uprights.
Yep.
So this is, well, as you say, it's Exeter's put in, but still a lot of pressure here on the Exeter pack.
You've got to remember, of course, that Frost has got to lift his leg to strike to hook the ball, so that means you've got one man in the pack not pushing, and you've got 8 against you that are pushing. Now then, this will be a massive test for the Exeter front 5. Skipper in the second row, of course, David Jenkins, the Welsh international.
And it's also difficult for Cairns, because if he does get the ball at the base, he's got to be careful with those two uprights.
Absolutely. That's a good solid scrum from Exeter. Now then,
solid as a rock, that is.
That's good. Can they
picked up by Fisselout?
Wow.
Maybe because of the nearness to the posts, but
good work from the Exeter forwards.
Scrum didn't move an inch, did it? Taken on by Tuima.
Mustn't give away a penalty here, Exeter. They've got to clear their line. No, that was very good scrummaging from Exeter.
Maybe use the kick now. I think
Yeah.
Cairns is going for the box kick. And he does. Finds Jaminet back on the Exeter 10-metre line.
Good tackling again and good driving. Look at that, Exeter have counter-rucked and won the ball.
Fantastic.
Well played, the Chiefs.
Taken on by Ethan Roots. Just coming up to 7 minutes gone here. It's still Toulon 0, Exeter Chiefs 0. Harvey Skinner feeds, I think that was Joe Hawkins in midfield. Live European Cup rugby on BBC Radio Devon, or Champions Cup I should call it there.
Yeah, this is the best in Europe.
You can hear the tomahawk chop ringing out around the ground, which is great to hear. We reckon around 300 Chiefs fans have made the trip over.
Right, Exeter have got themselves out of trouble, so here comes another kick from Cairns. Plenty of height.
Good. Faye were both trying to get on the end of that. It was great work, I think, by Jaminet.
Brilliant, that was.
Yes, it was Jaminet, the French international fullback. And Toulon driving on in midfield. Balls back to Hervé, the fly half. Got 2 tries against Pau last week for Toulon. Is high up and under, was gathered by Wyatt, and then he got absolutely smashed by 2 or 3 Toulon players, but he somehow managed to hang on to possession.
Done well.
Superb.
He has done well. Seeing he made that early error, that was full of confidence from Tommy Wyatt.
As
Well
I
done,
said,
Tommy Wyatt.
he's the sort of player that the rare mistakes he makes, he's able to put them behind him.
And now the ruck is just outside the 22, so Tom Cairns will have to just box kick here, which he's done, and that's a pretty good. There's 3 good kicks from Cairns already.
Taken by Gail Dreen, their winger. Just inside the Exeter half. Toulon feed it through the forwards. It was quick hands by Gigashvili to Jack Singleton. Taken on this time by Abadi, the blindside flanker.
This is excellent rugby and good continuity.
Hervé, again, little box kick over the top, trying to find Villiers. Again, Wyatt alert to that, gathers that just outside his 22, bangs the box kick downfield. And it's fielded by Jaminet, who returns the compliment. He's probably got too much on that, or Wyatt picks it up off the first bounce, 5 metres from his try line, left-footed. Wasn't looking for touch. That's fielded by fly half Hervé.
This is a kicking competition now, isn't it?
It's caught by Harvey Skinner this time. Again, big kick downfield.
That's useful.
Yeah, he's made Jaminet turn there. It's going to go over the try line, but it's not going over the dead ball line. So
goal line dropper. Exeter at last now are in the opponent's 22. Well done, the Chiefs. They've weathered that early storm, Nigel.
Dan Frost just gave a big thumbs up to Harvey Skinner there for that kick.
It's good. Here comes the goal line dropout. They've got to do this from behind the try line, so they're going to kick it to Exeter now.
It's the first time we've been able to look right from our commentary position in this game so far. Everything's been down the other end of the pitch. It's a kick straight down the middle, and they've done well there.
That's a super kick, isn't it?
Oh, Wyatt juggled with the ball. He's gathered it just outside his 22. Maybe a lack of communication between Fissler and Wyatt there. It let the ball go between them. Jaminet again, he's got a big boot on him. And that's Faye Waboso gathering that. Kicks that from inside his 22. It's Jaminet again. This time he runs it up the halfway. Little sidestep. Manages to get through the tackle of Faye Waboso before being brought down on halfway. Scrum half feeds Smiley. Ball out to Villiers, little kick forward. The scrum half trying to get on the end of this. I think Cairns is going to win the race. He does, I think Tom Cairns has just got there ahead of Villiers.
It's a bad injury in the midfield. I think it's Faye
Waboso.
Yeah.
He's on his knees. Is the referee going to want to check this?
I don't know, but I think Cairns did very well then to scamper back and actually get
we're going upstairs.
We're going to
check this.
He's very quick, Tom Cairns, but he had to be. Now we're going to actually see.
Yeah, that's Cairns' hand.
Yeah, Cairns' hand. So it's certainly not a try, but this is worrying in the middle of the field, right on the halfway line.
Whether that's a recurrence of what happened up at Newcastle, John.
Yeah, that. Oh, look, they're already saying something over the.
No matter how much the
I don't
French
think
crowd, that surely is Cairns' hand there.
Yeah. He's given the 22,
but he's saying we can't restart for a minute because Faye Waboso's being... Oh, it's nice. Little shake of the hands with Jaminet.
Head injury assessment.
Yeah.
We didn't actually see, I think it was a tackle, but obviously the Toulon player has come right over to...
It was obviously with Jaminet, who's gone over and said, just checking it's okay. So Ollie Woodburn comes on for Faye Waboso.
What a shame. This lad scored such a wonderful try up at Newcastle and left the field within about 5 minutes, and now after some very good work in defence, Faye Waboso is off the field with a head injury assessment. Let's hope it's nothing too serious.
11 minutes, just shy of 11 minutes here, so again he's gone off early.
Well, there's a knock on by Toulon, uncharacteristic error. Exeter now trying to take advantage. Good work from the Chiefs. Ollie Woodburn, very experienced man, has come on the field. Referee says no advantage, scrum to Exeter. Now then, after all what's happened, we've had the kick ahead, Cairns did well, stopped a try. We've had the head injury assessment, a player leave the field. We've now got a scrum, and Exeter's first scrum was absolutely magnificent. Now what they've got to do is to not lose concentration just because a lot's gone on since. And it's a very important scrum. Once again, it's about 30 metres out in front of the Exeter post. Dan Frost will gather his two props under his armpits, and he'll be talking and he'll be chuntering, and he'll get those two second row lock forwards in, and it's got to be as tight as a drum, this scrum. Cairns waits. Ollie Woodburn standing right behind the scrummage, so they're expecting something here. I imagine it'll be a kick from Harvey Skinner, but anyway, the scrum is set again, very secure, super scrum.
Cairns
thought it'd be a kick
to Henry Slade, who smashed that downfield. Jaminet again, he's been a busy boy so far. He's put the clearance kick in.
Wow,
that's gone over the head of Wyatt, who's managed to stop it going into touch and has cleared. The crowd that side, do they feel he put a foot in touch? I'm not sure. Toulon driving the ball over halfway with Issa, their number 8. Scrum half white. Lovely little move between Aloisi and Gigashvili in midfield. Slow ball this time. White, Hervé, Jaminet to Smaili. Ball back inside. They're working their way down that right flank, but Exeter managed to shut the door. Still Toulon 0, Exeter 0. Back inside, White. Hervé, a little dummy. Oh, ball is shipped on or flicked on out to the hooker.
Great tackle from Henry Slade, is that? Yeah, I think it was.
On Singleton.
Brilliant tackle.
Tight head prop does the scrum half duties, taken on by Devon. They're looking dangerous here, Toulon, but they've gone off their feet, and Exeter have got a penalty.
Brilliant defence again from the Chiefs. They're making tackles, and obviously this is going to tell on them later, because obviously it's so tiring when you're defending and tackling, and I think that's Scott Seal that's on one knee at the moment. He's had a smack.
Yeah, Signal was actually not releasing rather than...
But tremendous tackling. And what about that sidestep in midfield? That was absolutely wonderful by Toulon, right on the halfway line. He almost stopped, but I think Scott Seal's going to be okay. Penalty now to Exeter, which Henry Slade will kick with his left foot. He'll get Exeter into the opponent's half, but what a great tackle from the Exeter man. Henry Slade, who's on a rich vein of form and should be back in that England squad for the Six Nations.
Got a lot of strapping CO, hasn't he, on his right leg.
Yeah.
And Daffyd Jenkins has also got a...
Yeah, they're heavily, aren't they, strapped?
Strapping. He's on the left leg.
I don't think there's much of a breeze. Henry's kicked that one just inside the Toulon half of the field. Now then, is this the first line out?
I think it is, isn't it? Dan Frost, great take by Jenkins. He really had to stretch for that.
Well, he's the skipper and he's calling the line out, so he wanted that ball,
Ken,
didn't he?
Skinner, Vermeulen in midfield, drives through the first tackle. Great work by the South African there. Cairns finds some space with his box kick. He surprisingly let the ball bounce, but it worked out well with... there's a charge down. Cairns, the ball's going to go over the dead ball line.
What a shame.
Hervé's kick was charged down. Cairns couldn't quite get on the end of it in time.
My word. when the kick was charged down, it looked like the ball might just stop in time, but it went over the dead ball line. But good work from the Teignmouth youngster Tom Cairns. He's a live wire, he's a box of tricks, and he's
the vagaries of the bounce of a rugby ball, isn't it?
Yeah, and he dived belatedly. I think it was quite obvious he wasn't going to get his fingertips on the ball, but well done for the charge down. Now then, the crowd, every time the ball goes in the air, are giving Tommy Wyatt a difficult time.
So Toulon breaking clear here with Hooker Singleton. Thankfully his pass goes straight to Harvey Skinner, I think, and Skinner is racing away here. Can anyone catch him? I don't think they can. Harvey Skinner is going over for a 60-metre interception try in the left-hand corner. A gift from the Hooker Singleton. Skinner has finished it off. Chiefs leading here by 5 points to 0.
Well, amazing passage of play. First of all, we had the charge down from Tom Cairns. Then it was a kick downfield, and then of course it looked as though Toulon, who had recycled the ball, were going to spin it wide on the right, and it was intercepted brilliantly by Harvey Skinner. He timed his pass to perfection. The Chiefs now, we've played 20 minutes, they find themselves 5 points to 0 in the lead. You'd have to say it's against the run of play, but it was an opportunist try, and Skinner had a lot to do. He had a 50-metre sprint. He got over in that left-hand side of the field, and the Chiefs have took the lead, and Skinner with his long legs running with the ball in one hand, and he was like a 100-metre sprinter, and he got there with ease. But an amazing passage of play, because the only bit of pressure Exeter put on was that lovely charge down by Tom Cairns, and then it looked as though Toulon had obviously run the ball in the right direction towards the blind side. The gap opened up, and you could see the pass was going to be intercepted from we're miles up in the gods here at State Mile.
It's what you call telegraphed, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. But from where we're sat, we're 60, 70, 80 feet in the air here. You could actually see that happening. But what a brilliant bit of rugby from Exeter.
Slade looking to add the extras. He's missed that to the right, a long way to the right. So it remains Exeter leading here by 5 points to 0.
Well, against the run of play, but they've took the one opportunity they've had, and we've already got Ollie Woodburn on the field for Fave Wabusa with his head injury assessment. He's been off a fair time now, so I would have thought that they've probably made the decision. We've played about 22 minutes?
18
I'm
gone.
Looking for the clock.
Yeah, in the corner there, John.
Oh, right down on the bottom, yeah. 18 minutes we've played. Chiefs 5.
Oh, they've mucked up the restart. Two players left it for each other, and Toulon have gathered the ball inside the 22.
Penalty coming against Exeter.
Yeah, Ethan Roots offside at that ruck.
They want more here, Toulon.
Such a shame. They've just taken the lead, and they've made two bad errors there.
And isn't it always the way? You've just scored, and then you're at your most vulnerable. Instead of Exeter securing possession, two players looked as though they were waiting for each other. They made a mess of it.
Penalty.
And our friend Mr. Busby, the Irish referee, has given a penalty quite rightly, and they're going for the corner.
Kicking to the corner.
Yep.
It's a kickable penalty, but statement of intent there from the Frenchman.
Yep.
And it's a 5-metre line out, and Exeter got some defensive work to do here.
Very much so. Here comes the Toulon players marching up to this line out. It's 5 yards from the Exeter try line. Can Exeter survive this terrific bit of pressure?
Good line out take there from Charles Olivon, their skipper, looking to drive this over in the corner.
Well, it's a heap in the corner. I think they've scored.
Yeah, they've got the touchdown. The referee has given it. Just trying to see who comes up with the ball, but it's certainly a try for Toulon. They've hit back straight away. As I said, an error from Chiefs.
Yeah, been punished. They kicked the corner. They were confident enough to actually take the line out.
I think it's the Georgian prop Gigashvili who's finished off there.
It was a very good line out throw taken by the back row forward, Olivon, and from that line out the drive went in, and the moment you saw it skew round and start to get a bit of momentum, I think we knew what was coming. Exeter were trying to push the Toulon forwards into touch.
Yeah, it was Gigashvili, the Georgian prop.
So they've bounced right back from that kick-off. What a pity. It's just a little bit of concentration when you, like I said, when you scored, you're at your most vulnerable. And straight from that kick-off, the penalty was given to Toulon for an offence by Exeter. Kicked the corner, and now we got the conversion to come. We got the shot clock down to about 24 seconds now, so he's got plenty of time to take this conversion. 5-all at the moment.
Hervé with the conversion. That's good. That looks very good. That's a beauty from the Toulon number 10. So Toulon have got their noses in front here. Toulon 7, Exeter 5. Hervé with the conversion.
And we've got to remind you that last night, of course, there was a big game up in Scotland. Glasgow 19, Northampton Saints 28. That's in the Exeter group. And of course, Bordeaux won in Connaught, and Clermont beat Edinburgh in the Challenge Cup. So some good rugby last night.
We should say a very good afternoon to Helen Hunter, Rob Hunter's wife, who's listening to us this afternoon back in England. So hope you've enjoyed the opening quarter of this game. And the Chiefs boys are doing very well. Toulon have cleared their line, so they've put the ball up to the 10-metre line inside their own half, where it'll be an extra line out.
I think Russ Tuima's took a knock.
Yeah, he's
slowly getting to his feet. I think it's the ribs, isn't it, or the chest?
He's okay.
Yeah, he's going to make sure he gets to the line. Yeah, thank you very much, Helen. Some nice things said through Rob last night about you listening to us. Like a lot of people say they like to listen to the radio.
Good little move at the front. Frost catching them unawares. His little pass at the front of the line out to Seo there. Extra attacking down the blind side. Tuima back inside of Daffyd Jenkins. Tuima again does the scrum half duties. To Skinner, taken on in midfield. I think it was Hawkins that time. Here's Skinner again, but his pass to Hammersley hasn't gone to hand. Toulon have hacked it on through Naya Salebu, but Woodburn's done some mopping up there. He's been buried under a pile of forwards, but he's managed to retrieve possession. Good work by the replacement winger.
I think Frost is in trouble now, the Exeter hooker. He's limping very badly. Gosh, we could do with not losing the hooker.
Of quite an abrasive opening quarter to this game.
Yes, it is.
Frost has rejoined the Caterpillar ruck now as Cairns puts in a box kick. And that's taken brilliantly by Jaminet. Juggled with it, but he held on to the ball. Gigashvili, their try scorer, wrapped up by Scott Seo on halfway.
Good work from Seo too on the halfway line, but
Cairns,
Hervé again.
Little long pass out by Smaili, out to the winger Dreen. Dreen almost got away, he's fed inside to Olivon. Didn't look to pass, he tried to go in himself.
That was a try.
They're going to score anyhow. They managed to recycle down that touchline, and that's the second try in quick succession for Toulon. Just trying to see who's, I think it might be the scrum half, Ben White.
Well, it went down that blind side, and it looked as though with 3-on-1 that they should have scored a lot easier than that. But Exeter did make the tackle, but there was a man that picked up and obviously drove over in that same corner. So Chiefs now have conceded a couple of tries within 3 minutes, and it's always a danger. Now the physios have come on because Dan Frost is down. That's not good for Exeter, the hooker. He did something at the line out when they took that quick line out over the far side, and he combined with Cairns to go up the blind side. He's done something, he's down, he looks as though he's in a bit of trouble. Yeah, we can just see it on the screen now. The pickup was a decent tackle, but in the end the Toulon player, and we're trying to identify.
Yeah, it is Ben White, the Scotland scrum half.
Yeah, he's snapped up the try, so it's now 12 points to Toulon, 5 to Exeter. Now then, is Frost going to be able to continue?
It looked for a minute like Olivon had blown it, didn't he?
Yeah,
he didn't pass,
really,
but
it was a 3-on-1, wasn't it?
But he managed to be recycled. Hervé looking to stretch this lead, 12 points to 5.
Now this is the important part of the game now. At 12-5, Exeter mustn't concede any more.
Hervé didn't make such a good connection. Hit the crossbar, hasn't gone over, so it remains 12 points to 5.
Right, so now Exeter have got a kick-off. We've played 25 minutes of the first half. It's 12-5 to the home team, Toulon. And Exeter have got to make sure that they stay in this game, particularly in the next 5 or 10 minutes. because the game can soon slip away from you. And it's been very competitive, been a good start for the Chiefs, and they just conceded 2 quick scores. Woodburn tries to get his hands on. There's a knock on by Toulon, so Exeter got an attacking scrum here. This looks as though now is a good chance for Exeter to do something with their backs. We got Hawkins and Slade in the centre, 2 international centres. We've certainly got some pace on the wing. Just want to get a good solid scrummage here. It's taken an age again to get the scrum settled.
Yeah, it's referee Busby just having a chat with the 2 front rows.
I'd love to see the ball quickly get to Hammersley, you know, because he has got flying pace, hasn't he?
Yeah, out on that left wing. Sort of wispy sunshine here now. So it's meant to be about 13-14 degrees. So.
Yeah, it's 2:30 in the south of France. Been a lovely day. We had a super walk this morning around the harbour and beautiful warm sunshine. Right, scrum to Exeter.
Again.
Lovely solid scrummage
Rock
again.
solid.
Good scrum. They're going forward a little bit too.
Cairns feeds Slade. Little loop move with Skinner. Skinner tries to cut back inside before being wrapped up by Ben White. Exeter about 15 metres from the try line. Cairns passes off the ground to Ethan Root. Exeter would love to hit back here.
This would be fabulous if they could
Cairns to
score here.
Tuima.
The big boy's got the ball in hand. Exeter now 10 yards from the try line.
Cairns back inside a Fisselau this time, pumping those legs, trying to get up to the 5 metre line. Oh, they've been turned over, have they? No. It's been rescued by Dan Frost to Woodburn to Hammersley.
Oh, he's lost the ball.
He's had the ball ripped out in the tackle. It's gone forward. It'll be scrum to Toulon, 5 metres out from their own line.
I think that's harsh, Nigel, because the player actually went in from Toulon and ripped the ball away. I don't think it was a genuine knock-on, but it's always given, and we've got no complaint. It means now it's going to be a scrum, a defensive scrum for Toulon, inside there, well, right on the 5 metre line. Got to say, so far, Chris Busby's been very good.
Yeah. It's a new
name to us, isn't it?
New name for Chiefs. I think we've got a... No, I thought we had a Toulon injury for a minute, but referee just making the mark where he wants the scrum to take place. It'll be Toulon's put in through their scrum half Ben White, the Scotland international, one of their 2 try scorers.
I wouldn't have thought Faye Wabusa is going to return, would you?
No.
It's been off a long time now. He's obviously failed.
He was limping as well, so whether it was an HIA or also an injury as well, I'm not sure.
Right, here comes the scrum. It's going to be put in by Scotland's scrum half. White. It's a pretty good scrum. Oh, they're going to run it from their own line. That's a surprise.
Smiley, the inside centre.
Have they lost the ball? No, they've still got the ball, but they got a penalty.
Giving away a penalty now, going beyond the ball.
What a pity. This means there's going to be a kick to touch for Toulon, and it'll be their line-out throw. So they got just what they wanted. By showing the ambition to run the ball, you think to yourself, well, they're taking a chance, but that's what they were looking for, a penalty to give themselves an easy exit.
So Chaminade, who's done a lot of their kicking today, is going for touch, and that's a safe touch up towards the halfway line.
It's a good kick.
Bang on, or just a metre or so inside the extra half, actually. Good kick from Chaminade. And it's a Toulon line out.
Yeah, I think Frost is okay. I'm watching him now with his ankle, whatever the problem was with his ankle or his foot. So it's going to be a line out right on the halfway line. We'll be able to see how straight the line out throw is now by the use of the halfway line.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Toulon have secured it. Slow ball here for Ben White. He's going to opt for the box kick, and he's going to try and get Dreen on the end of this. Hammersley takes that nicely before being thumped in the tackle.
Cool, and there isn't much of Hammersley, is there?
No.
He really did get a batter in them, but he's a brave boy. He'll get to his feet at the end of this.
Yeah, he's picked himself up. Whoops, what's going on there? I thought for a minute there's a little bit of a scuffle breaking out, but I think they collided with the referee's assistant, didn't they, over on that far side?
Looked like it. It's right across the other side of the pitch. Exeter just outside their own 22, but it's going to be a line-out throw for Toulon. Now, what's the referee want to look at now?
Oh, well, whatever it was, he wants to look at it. Oh, is it the tackle on Hammersley?
Oh, well.
Maybe.
We'll wait and see, won't we? We're not mic'd up, so we're not party to what the referee's saying, but he's quite right. He's going to have a look.
It was a big, if it is the tackle on Hammersley, it was a big hit.
Well, we'll have to see. That's what they're looking for.
Oh, yeah, it was the number 5, Alain Uizi, Brian Alain Uizi, and he's... Oh, it's difficult, the view we've got.
He was falling, wasn't he? He'd leapt to the air, Hammersley. He was down on his feet. There's a right-hand shoulders come in.
Shoulder to head.
Oh, dear. My word.
It's one of those, the Hammersley has almost landed on it.
Yeah.
And
oh, Nigel, I'd hate to be a referee in TMO with
it's not a clear...
No.
I think the most this can be is a yellow, personally, because... Well, it's almost a bit like the Tom Curry one, isn't it? Where the players come out of the air and almost landed on it.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's a... You know, he hasn't had time to...
Well, he's talking it through now, obviously, with the TMO.
I would give a yellow there.
Well, a penalty or a yellow, perhaps, but oh dear. What's he going to give? We're going to get the decision now. They know better than we do.
He's marching up.
I don't think he's going to his pocket, is he?
No, it doesn't seem to be.
No, he's going to where it happens. There's going to be a penalty, I think.
He's having a chat with the number 5.
Yeah, I don't think there's any card here, and I think I'd agree with that. Just a penalty if it's going to be a penalty. Thankfully, Hammersley's okay.
No.
That's the most important thing.
Yellow.
Oh, it is a yellow card.
Yellow card.
Oh, the crowd won't like that, will they? Crikey.
I can see why.
Yeah.
I can see why. You feel such sympathy for the players, though, just like Tom Curry in the World Cup.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're going in to challenge for the ball, the player comes out the sky and suddenly you're confronted by a...
So that now means for the rest of this half, Toulon will be down to 14 men. And I said the most important thing, Hammersley was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he got a nasty smack with the shoulder, but he's a tough little man. Now Exeter have got an attacking line out. Frost waits to throw. Got to get hold of the ball. They have. A little bit loose. Tidied up by that man Cairns, and he's as brave as they come. Crowd are jeering and hollering. Crikey. That's Fizzolau doing well. Lovely presenting of the ball.
Frost. Oh! Exeter have lost the ball in the tackle there.
I'm trying to think.
Henry,
it was Henry Slade got man and ball, and the ball ricocheted out of his grasp. Knock on only. This will suit Toulon because they're obviously going to try to wind that clock down as much as possible. They lead by 12 points to 5. We've had 31 minutes of an enthralling contest.
It has. Live Champions Cup Rugby on BBC Radio Devon, the first match of the European season, or the can't call it European anymore. We've got South African teams in it.
That's right, and this is the Investic Cup this season. We've had Heineken, we've had all sorts of people, but now we got Investic.
So we've got a scrum right in front of us, and it's Toulon obviously with the put in.
Already we can see around the pitch there's masses of the areas of the ground which is the turfs have come up. Not surprised. They were saying last night how wet the pitch was, but thankfully we had a dry overnight and it's been lovely here this morning. Scrum to Toulon. Good scrum,
putting good pressure on there, picked up off the base by White. There's a break from the back here through the dangerous Hervé, chipped on by Villiers. Hammersley will get across the rescue and dots down inside the in-goal area.
Well done, Hammersley.
Nice little move there by Toulon.
They're just going to check to see whether the ball was over the try line. It obviously wasn't. He slid over with it, so it's going to be a goal line dropout. If the ball had been over the try line and he'd have just dotted it down.
No, he was... He didn't take it over.
Yeah, if he'd have slid over with the ball, it'd been a 5-yard scrum to Toulon. But anyway, Exeter with the restart. High hanging kick from
Skinner.
Yeah. Well done, Ollie Woodburn.
Yeah,
he's so good at that, isn't he?
Managed to secure that and sets up a ruck inside that 22, taken on by Fisselau. And a penalty against Exeter.
Holding on the ground, isn't it? And the Toulon players were all appealing.
Yeah.
Whether Mr. Busby took any notice of them, I don't know, but Fisselau drove over him.
Interesting this, because I think they'll take the points because they're man down. Yeah,
very, very much so, Nigel.
Yeah, they're going for the post.
This will take a minute, which is what they want, and they'll get probably 3 points out of it. So
Hervé, their fly half.
Well, 34 minutes on the clock, and that all came from a very good kick ahead, and Exeter did well to get the ball dotted down. Players are now starting to knock the turfs down with their boots.
Yes.
It's not easy, is it, when you've got a pitch that's cut up quite as badly as this?
It's not quite as bad as Bath on the Premiership Cup game, but
that was shocking, wasn't it? Here comes the penalty chance. 3 more points here on offer.
Hervé at 20 metres in, he's hooked that, but he's got it through the uprights. Not the best of strikes, but it's another 3 points for Toulon, and they are leading here by 15 points to 5.
And of course they're down to 14 men, having a yellow card for a shoulder charge on Hammersley. Exeter have got to restart, and really this is where Exeter now need the last 6 minutes to put Toulon under as much pressure as they possibly can. Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh, they're breaking out here, and it's a number 6, Abadi.
Well, he's knocked on. Well done, Henry Slade. A wonderful tackle. Ollie Woodburn did brilliant at the kick-off. He managed to get the ball back on the Exeter side, and then it bounced very kindly for Toulon.
Crucial tackle by Slade there.
That was a crucial tackle, and I think it's David Jenkins that's now going to have some treatment on a right foot or a right boot. He's done something. He's probably changing his boot, is he? Doing something. He's putting strapping around it. But Henry Slade tackled back then and made a try-saving tackle. No question of that. He was 25 metres out, and I think the Toulon player had got away then. That would have been a try. But it was a brilliant kick-off and good work from Ollie Woodburn. But Exeter paid the price for really overrunning the ball, and it was a lovely bit of play then for Toulon to pick up and put Exeter under pressure. Now we've got some lovely afternoon sunshine coming through. Really is a gorgeous afternoon here in the south of France. Lots of people at home, I know, listening to this game because it's a massive game in all contexts. We've got a European Cup match, Champions Cup.
Great start to the Cup campaign, isn't it? They come to Toulon.
Terrific, terrific.
And the second match isn't too shabby either. Home to Munster next Sunday,
next
isn't it?
Sunday, that is, yeah.
Of course, that'll be live on BBC Radio Devon. Henry Slade, crossfield kick trying to find Hammersley. Ball has just bounced into touch.
Are they going to take it quickly too long? I wouldn't have thought so with the man down. Other matches today, of course, the Bulls are playing Saracens, Bristol are playing Lyon, Bath are playing Ulster, Toulouse Cardiff, and Munster against Bayonne. And here's an interesting fixture. Black Lion, that's Georgian team, are playing Gloucester in the Challenge Cup. That could be 2-3 days getting out there and 2 or 3 days coming back. Black Lion, never heard of them. But a rugby union team in Georgia and a professional rugby union team.
And of course, no latest scores to give you this afternoon as well. 1 o'clock kick-off back in the UK. Of course, full commentary on Plymouth Argyle, Exeter City and Torquay United coming up on Radio Devon this afternoon at 3 o'clock.
And also we've got the Harlequins women playing the Exeter Chiefs women today at 3 o'clock, and Plymouth Albion at home to Sedgley Park.
You're missing nothing here. We're
lots of talking going on.
This line out underway. It's eventually taken by Esteban Abadi.
Oh, is that collapsing? I think it is. They're going to have another penalty. Exeter losing a little bit of discipline here. And look what Rob Baxter said last week, wasn't it? Penalties are costing us dear, and we've given away 2 penalties, which has cost us not only the ball, it's cost us about 30-40 metres, and I reckon they'll kick again, don't you?
This is similar to Bath, isn't it, where they're very competitive, and then all of a sudden
they go for goal, won't
back-to-back mistakes almost, and the game just slips away a little bit.
It does it very easily. Just going back to games today, in National 1, Cinderford are at home to Taunton. We mentioned Albion playing Sedgley Park. Albion are third and Sedgley Park fourth. That should be a good game. And in National 2, Exeter University are playing Clifton at Topsham this afternoon. So some Super Rugby to get out and see.
Hervé is going for the posts here.
Yeah.
As you say, it's using up more time of that yellow card, isn't it?
Very sensible. Very sensible.
If he kicks this, that'll be 6 points to nil to Toulon while they've been down to 14 men. Hervé is about 40, probably a kick of about 45 metres. It's on the angle on that right-hand side.
The crowd will tell you, because the crowd behind the post.
Again, not the greatest of strikes, but he's put it over beautifully. Compare it to how Henry Slade kicks a ball, it looks quite cumbersome, but it's still deadly accurate, and that's another 3 points, and they stretch their lead here, the Frenchmen, to 18 points to 5.
Yeah, the man off with the yellow card, and they've scored 6 points with 2 penalties, and the discipline of Exeter will be, they'll rue that at half-time, the half-time team talk, but Exeter have now got themselves a good position. They've got a chance of a line-out. Well, I thought it was a little bit better position than that. But our friend on the flag has indicated the line-out is right in front of us on the 10-metre line. That's the Toulon 10-metre line. Exeter have got to win it.
That didn't look very straight, did it?
Whether it went 5 metres, I don't know.
It's into touch now. Touch judge is given.
Well, I think it'll be a Toulon throw, won't it? Frost, it was a clever little bit of work with the 2 players at the front of the line-out, but Frost was given man and ball a bit, and he ended up being bundled into touch.
Exeter need to get into the Toulon 22 to capitalise on this extra man, but it's Toulon who are keeping them out, and they've got the line-out throw here as well through Singleton. Just back from a long-term injury, and Gloucester loaned him out to get him some game time, really. Hervé gets the ball from that line out, kick downfield. It's Wyatt. You can see it's slippery out there.
Yeah, it is.
He's almost having to regain his footing. That's brilliant. Wyatt's good tackle, but he's got back up again. Great work by Tom Wyatt. Oh, and Exeter have given away a penalty off their feet.
That's 3 penalties in the last couple of minutes, and 2 of them have been in attacking positions. Lovely play from Tom Wyatt.
I think it was against Vermeulen, that one.
Was it? What did he do then?
Let's just watch on the
big screen. He ran himself so well there.
Just chucked himself over the top, hasn't he?
What a pity.
Well played, Tom Wyatt, though.
Oh, lovely.
Fantastic run.
You know, he was a little bit nervous at the start.
And Toulon tap the penalty, kick it into touch, and that's the half-time whistle. And at the end of the first 40 minutes at this Stade Mayol, it is Toulon leading here by 18 points to 5. And Chiefs have done well. They've just let it slip away a little bit, John, haven't they?
Yeah, a little bit of work on. They've been under pressure the last 10 minutes. Exeter are now talking to, I think it's Vermeulen talking to the referee. They scored early. Exeter took an early lead, and then unfortunately it's all about pressure, and it's all about making an error. But what we've got to say is it's been a good first half, and Exeter are just about still in this contest.
We'll hand you back to Richard in the studio. The half-time score here in the south of France: Toulon 18, Exeter Chiefs 5.
So, half-time, as you heard there, over in the south of France at the Stade Mayol. It is Toulon 18, the Exeter Chiefs 5, and we'll be back in plenty of time for the second half. Full commentary coming up in the company of Nigel Rawand and John Lockyer as well. And after that, of course, it'll be the football, and we got plenty of football coming your way from 3 o'clock this afternoon on BBC Radio Devon Sport. We got Plymouth Argyle, who are at the leaders Leicester this afternoon, and the Pilgrims manager, Stephen Schumacher, is celebrating his 2nd anniversary being at the helm of the home park club.
Everything happened so quickly, but yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and still now. It's every game you're always learning. I think it's been a good 2 years. I've enjoyed it. I feel as though we've had some progress. The club have progressed, and I've done obviously pretty well. We've all worked so hard to get to this level where we're at. and we've been pretty consistent with how we work. So a good body of 2 years of, as I say, consistent work, and we're enjoying where we are.
I mean, it seems bonkers, but you and Ryan now, the joint second longest serving managers in this league.
Yeah, I know, behind Mark Robbins. Obviously was with Mark last week, and when we played them, and he gave us a couple of little bits of advice, and yeah, it's always good to take things off them types of managers, as was with all of them that come in and give us advice. We're still a relatively young manager, but yeah, it is mad. 2 years is the second and third longest serving manager, so it's brilliant.
I mean, obviously you're super busy with the job. Do you get time in your own head just think about your own career path, where you want to be, that timescales, that sort of thing?
Not really, no. Don't really put any timescales on it. I said when I very first became a coach, I wanted to try and become the best grass coach that I could be, and when I got given the manager's job, obviously the same applies. I want to try and become the best manager possible. Now that's going to take loads of different experiences. Over the first 2 years we've had a lot of highs. We've had obviously getting 80 points in the first season was a brilliant achievement. Getting 101 points in the second season was incredible, and then for us to now be competing the way we're competing, playing a good style of football with young players that we're developing all the time, it's really good. So if for my career path, that's kind of all I can focus on. Just keep trying to improve, keep trying to learn, and yes, see where it takes us.
At the moment, you feel the best place to keep learning is here?
Absolutely. I love working for this club. It's been a brilliant opportunity. I've been down here 4.5 years now in total, and as I say, the progression that the club's made in that relatively short period of time is brilliant. We've come from League 2 into the Championship, and as I say, doing it in a way that we believe in. So yeah, love the opportunity, getting this job, and I give it me all every single day.
Do you follow the football gossip? I mean, you're pretty strongly linked with Sunderland. I mean, are you aware of that?
I think you're always aware of it. Me missus texted me about 20 times saying she was getting bombarded with people asking am I leaving, but it's not the first time that it's happened. It's hopefully it won't be the last time. I think if you're getting linked to top jobs like that, then it shows that you're doing something good in the job that you're currently at. So I don't let it affect me. I just think it's just part and parcel of the game. As I say, I'm a young manager. That's the trend at the moment. All the clubs are going for young managers, so I'm that. Obviously a manager that's been pretty consistent over the last 2 years and had some success. So hopefully that continues, and hopefully the speculation continues. But at this time, we've got a job to do.
Argyle manager Stephen Schumacher, who celebrates his second anniversary as Plymouth Argyle manager this afternoon when they take on Leicester. Well, let's talk to Drew Savage and Hasniel Joffrey, who are at the King Power Stadium for us this afternoon. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Hello.
Hello, it's just me, Drew, at the moment, Richard. But very pleased to be here and at the King Power Stadium, which is a fantastic ground. I mean, as I was saying to my colleague Chris from the local paper, we're not in Accrington anymore, are we?
No, we certainly aren't. And it just goes to show, doesn't it, what a good job that Shuey is doing at Home Park, that he keeps on getting linked to these top jobs. But I found it quite refreshing there that even though he's sort of remaining loyal to Argyle, he's sort of saying what most managers never say, is that his time at Home Park will at some point come to an end, because the life of a football manager is one of rotation. Probably 2-3 years is about the size of it at most clubs nowadays.
Indeed, yeah, and that's Stephen Schumacher through and through. He's always pretty level-headed and pretty honest about stuff, and yeah, you know, the stint of a football manager at a club, you say it ends in one of two ways: either they fail and they're sacked, or they're headhunted by someone else and leave for a club that they feel could offer them more in their career, or perhaps more financially or more resources or whatever it is. I mean, look at Ian Holloway, who left Argyle for Leicester City. Quite a long time ago now, but a lot of Argyle fans won't have forgotten that, and particularly what he said before he left. And sometimes it's about how you leave when you do it. And there's only one occasion Plymouth Argyle have won away at Leicester, and that was when Leicester were managed by Ian Holloway, and Plymouth Argyle came here and won with the Peter Halmosi goal. And to the Green Army, that meant absolutely everything at that time.
Well, of course, yes. We'll have more from Drew and Hasney a little later on when we've got Plymouth Argyle away against the league leaders Leicester in the Championship. Well, remarkably, Stephen Schumacher and Ryan Lowe are the joint second longest serving managers in the Championship at the moment and the 18th in all 4 top flights, while at number 35 is the Exeter City manager Gary Caldwell, whose side have managed just 2 points out of the last possible 30, the worst record of any team in the top 6 flights of English football. Well, Caldwell presides over this afternoon's home game against the second worst side in the top 6 divisions in Port Vale. Let's talk to John Ayres, who's at St James Park for us this afternoon. Good afternoon, John. Well, John can't hear us just for the moment. Afternoon, John. No, can't hear John. Can't hear from John just for a moment. Let's have a look. Oh, there we are. There we are. Sorry, John. Kirky, hello, Kirky. How are you doing, John and Kirk? We got there in the end.
We did get. Can you hear John yet or not?
Yeah, I'm here.
You are here. Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Good to hear from you.
I was going to say, Richard, I knew that they had the worst form in the top 4. I didn't realise it had extended down to the top 6 now, which is Now, interestingly, we've been chatting to our colleagues who've come down from Radio Stoke, and do you know they're even less confident than we are.
Wow.
So we're in for a cracker by the sounds of this one. But yeah, I mean, something's got to change soon. My feeling when it comes to the manager, I can't get my head around this. I took a while, if I'm honest, as an individual I'm speaking now, I took a while to warm to Gary Caldwell's way. All that time of tears and Matt Taylor and all this nice, clean football took a while. They played Reading near the start of the season. They won 2-1. I thought that's the best I've seen Exeter City play in 20-odd years. And I thought, wow, this is going to be a great season. And since then, they have just fallen off the cliff, and I can't work it out. I don't know what you make of this, Kirky.
I totally agree with you, John. I think a lot of it for me comes back to the selling of Sam Nombe, and then when they were saying earlier, it will be 2 points from 10 games. That is absolutely shocking. The only surprise for me, really, John, is that we're not in the relegation zone at the moment. So somehow we got enough points on the board to stop us. I think we've got 18 points from 18 games, haven't we? But Port Vale sitting just above us today, and it's a huge game. You kind of think with the next 2 games coming up as well. I think it's Stevenage away, which is going to be tough, and then we've got Cambridge away as well. So the Port Vale game and the Cambridge game are going to be absolutely huge for us. But I agree with you. We've gone from hero to zero in the space of a couple of months, haven't we? So not easy times here.
No, not easy times at St James Park. John Ayres and also Graham Kirk at St James Park from 3 o'clock this afternoon. You can hear commentary on both those games on BBC Radio Devon Sport after the rugby has concluded, as well as Torquay United at Frome in the FA Trophy. What's happening in all our non-league football? Let's find out right now from Peter Smith.
In the Southern League Premier South, both our sides are immediately above the relegation zone. Tiverton Town are a point ahead of Plymouth Parkway, who have 3 games in hand. Tivy host a Bracknell Town side thumped 5-0 midweek at Winchester City, though Tivy have lost their last 2. Parkway's trip to Hanwell Town, who are just above Tivy in the table, was called off yesterday, and there's already evidence of a potential fixture backlog building for the Plymouth side. In Division 1 South, Bideford are our highest placed team in 5th, but their game at Bemerton Heath Harlequins is postponed, while Willand Rovers in 6th have the long trip up the M5 to Malvern Town. Tavistock in 8th against Yate Town has also gone, and there's no game for Exmouth Town, who are 5 points adrift at the bottom. In the Western Premier, Brixham, who are 5th, entertain 3rd place Clevedon Town, while Ilfracombe host the leaders Helston Athletic. Barnstable Town, who've played 4 games less than the leading sides, visit Wellington, who've only won once in the league so far. Buckland's trip to Welton Rovers has been postponed. And all the games in the South West Peninsula Premier East have fallen foul of the weather. Let's hope no more do by kick-off time. Join me later for the results of those which are still going ahead.
Unwrap the magic of Christmas.
Lights on the Christmas tree.
Exmouth for the Christmas Day swim. It's the music. I think it's beautiful.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Walking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop.
Your home for Christmas. BBC Radio Devon.
And don't forget, of course, we'll bring you the full non-league roundup after 5 o'clock. Stay tuned to BBC Radio Devon Sport. We've got commentary on the whole of the second half of the Exeter Chiefs at Toulon coming up very soon indeed. So the sporting headlines from BBC Radio Devon at 3 minutes to 2. We start with football in the Premier League. Crystal Palace are playing Liverpool this afternoon. The match got underway at 12:30. It's currently goalless there. There are 5 more top-flight games this afternoon. 4 of those kick off at 3 o'clock, whilst Aston Villa play Arsenal at 5:30. The Chelsea manager Emma Hayes says women are routinely used to dealing with systemic misogyny and bullying in football. This comes after the former male player Joey Barton criticised women for working in the men's game on the social media platform X. In tennis, Nick Kyrgios says he will not take part in the Australian Open in January because of ongoing injury concerns. The 28-year-old missed all 4 majors in 2023 because of injuries to wrist, knee and foot. The women's tennis legend Chris Evert says her cancer has returned 2 years after being diagnosed with ovarian cancer. The 18 times Grand Slam singles champion says she'll now undergo another bout of chemotherapy. In cricket, several ex-Essex players were victims of racist abuse and discriminatory treatment during their time at the club, a report has concluded. The county began an investigation in 2021 following several allegations. No players have been named in the report by Catherine Newton KC. And in the local rugby, the Exeter Chiefs are at half-time in the Champions Cup over in Toulon.
Toulon breaking clear here with Hooker Singleton. Thankfully his pass goes straight to Harvey Skinner, I think, and Skinner is racing away here. Can anyone catch him? I don't think they can. Harvey Skinner is going over for a 60-metre interception try in the left-hand corner. A gift from the Hooker Singleton. Skinner has finished it off. Chiefs leading here by 5 points to 0. Oliver there, skipper, looking to drive this over in the corner.
Well, it's a heap in the corner. I think they've scored.
Yeah, they've got the touchdown. The referee has given it. Just trying to see who comes up with the ball, but it's certainly a try for Toulon. They've hit back straight away. As I said, an error from Chiefs. Dreen almost got away. He's fed inside to Olivon. Didn't look to pass. He tried to go in himself.
That was a try.
They're going to score anyhow. They managed to recycle down that touchline, and that's the second try in quick succession for Toulon. Just trying to see who's, I think it might be the scrum half, Ben White.
18 points to 5 it is at half-time, and let's return you to the south of France for the second half commentary at the Stade Mayol. It's the former Exeter captain John Lockyer and, first of all, Nigel Warrens.
Thank you very much, Richard. Welcome back, everyone. The perfect timing. We're about to get underway. The teams are out. Harvey Skinner restarts this match. Exeter now kicking from right to left as we look out from the tunnel side of the ground here at the Stade Mayol. Nice, beautiful sunshine shining down on the ground now. The fork carriers have done their best to repair the pitch during the interval.
It really has cut up badly, and looking out to the right, you look at the harbour, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, the kick goes up, and Wyatt, who's recovered very well, he was a bit shaky at the start, he's done very well the last few minutes, and now he's made a tackle, and it looks as though Toulon are going to try and run this ball out of defence again, but Exeter's tackling, which has been very good all afternoon. They're really putting in some tackles.
They're getting brave, aren't they? They could have cleared there. They've sold a couple of dummies through Hervé on Exeter, have given away a penalty.
It's the same offence. It seems though Exeter going past
Ethan Roots.
Yeah, Ethan Roots did. It was Vermeulen just before half-time. They make these tackles, and then the next man goes off his feet.
It's going beyond the ball, isn't it?
Yeah, and it was exactly the same up at Bath, wasn't it? Last week, three penalties in the same position.
The referee's being consistent.
Yeah,
that's all you can say. And a chance here for Toulon, who are playing very boldly there. Chance to clear their lines.
And of course, being bold is very, very good. And in the end, they've both times they've managed to get penalties out of it, so they now kick out of their own 22, but it means that they're throwing the ball into the line out on the Exeter halfway line.
Toulon will be sniffing those 2 more tries to get themselves a bonus point, as well as securing victory.
Absolutely. Exeter need the next score desperately.
Singleton, the hooker, just down in front of us. That's taken in the middle of the line out by Facundo Issa, the Argentinian international, and Toulon driving down this right-hand touchline up to the 10-metre line. Good work by their forwards, still going.
Yeah, they've gone
First
10,
warning to
12,
use it.
13 metres now.
And White is going to whip the ball out. He does. Feeds Hervé. Oh, Smiley has messed up in midfield. It's been hacked downfield by Hawkins, but we're coming back for a knock-on by Exeter.
Once again, Exeter's scrambled defence is very, very good, because in midfield 2 or 3 times they've caught their opposite numbers, and that was almost an interception again. Then the Toulon are lying quite deep. They're not lying flat, but they're lying very deep, which means you've got a chance to race up and put them under pressure. And then, unfortunately, when Exeter made a half a tackle, the ball hit an Exeter man's hand and went forward. So quite right, the referee. It was a knock-on by Exeter.
Just updating what Richard said about the Palace-Liverpool game. Crystal Palace now taken the lead. Mateta with a 57th minute penalty. VAR was brought in to give that one. So it's Crystal Palace 1, Liverpool 0. 71 minutes played at Selhurst Park. So Liverpool with it all to do there. Here we're waiting for a scrum. Just 8 metres inside the Toulon half. It's Toulon scrum half Ben White, the Scotland international, putting the ball in.
Still Exeter, a good scrum by Exeter.
They've done well at set piece so far.
They certainly have.
Oh, that's another high risk move by Toulon.
Yeah, they do. They're throwing the ball about in the backs, aren't they?
Chaminade just about held on to that. Issa runs into the tackle of Daffyd Jenkins there. It's going to be a box kick here for Toulon on their own 10-metre line. It's White. Wyatt underneath this, takes that safely.
Brilliantly. Well done, young man.
Apart from that initial mistake, he's had an excellent game.
Yep.
Cairns onto Scott Seo, drives into a wall of black shirts just inside the Exeter half. 18-5.
That's a lovely kick from Cairns. Oh, well played, Toulon, though.
Chaminade again, he's been excellent.
Class
here
act,
goes Hervé, breaking away down that touchline, feeds Villiers, he's on a one-on-one here. Good defence from Fisselau, getting back there, couldn't quite see who that was. Maybe Dan Frost.
What's he given there? His arm went out. I think it was a knock-on by Exeter.
No, it was right the first time, it was Fisselau.
Oh, well done, Fisselau. Well, the crowd don't like it because they saw Exeter knock on, but as you said, Nigel, certainly the first was a knock on, but really exciting rugby.
He's a real talent at 10. He scored 2 lovely tries against Poe last week.
Yeah.
And again opening up the Exeter defence there.
And such pace, isn't it? They beat the man and then they moved the ball, but very good work in defence from the Exeter backs.
Yeah, Fisselau just did enough there to stop Villiers.
And Woodburn did some good work on that as well, going back down. A very experienced player, Ollie Woodburn. Now Exeter have got a scrum on their own 22-metre line. The temptation here will obviously be to kick the ball downfield. Now if this was Toulon, they'd be looking to run the ball, but I think Exeter will sensibly try to get this ball downfield.
Wonder how long Chiefs will run it before they change their front row today.
Yeah, that'll be a crucial decision because the scrum's been very good.
Usually about 55 minutes, isn't it? But as you say, the scrum's been excellent.
Yeah, got to concentrate now. And I assume Toulon are back to 15 men, aren't they now?
I would think so.
Oh,
they almost certainly are. Yeah, I can see the big second row is back on there. Alain Uzi. Toulon with possession, and there's that man just talking about Alain Uzi.
Runs into Rust Tuima.
Fisselau trying to steal the ball.
They think I think Exeter have managed to turn that over. Well done the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think it's good work by Fisselau there. Tuima to Ethan Roots. Swivels out of the tackle up to the 10-metre line.
Oh, there's an offside. Certainly was an offside there by Toulon in midfield. He was a metre above the
Cairns to Woodburn, who was on his shoulder there. He's tackled well by Toulon. Painted as a scrum half duties, feeds Dan Frost. This is good work from the Chiefs.
Yeah, best bit of rugby.
Making good progress. Slade. Hammersley does scrum half duties, this time Vermeulen.
He only knows one way, and that's up the middle to drive.
They're midway inside Toulon's half, trailing 18-5. Hawkins.
Good hands.
Lovely hands on to Woodburn. Woodburn takes the tackle. The ball is loose. Crowd think Exeter infringe. Referee is happy. Fisselard drives it on into the 22.
This is good continuity from Exeter Chiefs.
Cairns,
Excellent.
CO.
4 or 5 phases of good, solid rugby from Exeter.
Skinner this time. Slade to Hammersley. Taken on.
Has it gone forward?
It has.
Oh, what a pity.
Gone forward. All that hard work, what a shame.
Yeah, it's going to be a scrum to Toulon, but enterprising rugby from Exeter.
Yeah, plenty to bring encouragement there.
Yeah, excellent rugby from the Chiefs. My word, we've had 6 or 7 minutes then of constant pressure.
Yeah, and the players are feeling it, aren't they?
You're not kidding. And the pitches as well, it's looking like a bit of a ploughed field in certain areas of the pitch.
So we've got a scrum. Oh, there's a replacement coming on for Toulon. Danny Priso, their prop replacement.
He's another giant, isn't it? Goodness me, he's
another French international.
He's as tall as he is square.
Oh, they're changing their hooker as well by the looks of it. 16 and 17 waiting to come on, which will be Christopher Tolofua.
Well, first of all, they've got a scrum, which they will probably win the scrummage, and they will probably put the box kick up here because they're outside the 22, but knowing Toulon, they might want to run it. Here comes the scrum. Good, solid scrum from Toulon. Scrum half weights. Throws it to the midfield. Good tackle by Vermeulen.
Yeah, they get the tackles in back to Hervé, who gets a clearance kick in. That's going to be caught without bouncing by Tom Wyatt.
He loves it, doesn't he? He runs as good lad.
Eventually gets caught by Halagehu. It's a little kick downfield, and Toulon clear their lines. Have they found touch?
No, they haven't.
White. It's Tom Wyatt will return the compliment. It's Hervé underneath that. He gets caught, calls for the mark. Let's quickly cross over to Drew Savage with team news from Leicester City versus Plymouth Argyle this afternoon.
Where Stephen Schumacher has made 6 changes from the team that beat Stoke 2-1 last week. The men that come in are Julio Pleguezuelo, Matt Butcher, Joe Edwards, Callum Wright, Michael Miller and Adam Randall, who of course scored that 97th minute winner. The men that dropped to the bench, and all 6 changes have dropped to the bench, they're all available. Barley Mumba, Jordan Houghton, Dan Scarr, Brendan Galloway, Luke Cundall and Kane Kessler-Hayden. So the full lineup is Michael Cooper in goal, the defence Julio Pleguezuelo and Lewis Gibson in the centre, Joe Edwards at right back, Michael Miller on the left, the midfielders and attackers Adam Randall, Finn Azaz, Matt Butcher, Callum Wright and then Mustafa Bondu up front with Morgan Mitchell. We think that might be a 4-4-2, but we will see as the game goes on.
Exeter win the line out.
Thank you very much, Drew. Just to let you know, that game will be on 95.7 FM, Plymouth and West Devon, and DAB county-wide. Full commentary from Drew at 3 o'clock. Exeter have won the line out, but Toulon have got possession here.
That's a good tackle. I think
inside the extra half. Villiers doing the scrum half duties. And Toulon have knocked on. Just while Drew was giving us the team news, Toulon did bring on their 2 front row replacements, so hooker Christopher Tolofua on for Jack Singleton and Danny Priso on at loosehead prop in place of Bruce DeVoe.
I thought that was a Toulon knock on.
I thought it was, John. He's given it the other way.
He's given a scrum to Toulon. That means it must have been an Exeter hand.
Exeter about to bring on their front row boys, I think.
Yeah.
They're getting ready. So Max Norrie, Nika Abeladze and Marcus Street, and as I said, Abeladze will be up against his Georgian international teammate Gigashvili. That should be some battle.
Absolutely right, and this will probably be the last scrum for the Exeter front row because they're making the changes after this scrummage, but it's going to be a scrum to Toulon. I'm a bit mystified where that knock-on came from. But Toulon at the moment, they're obviously a very, very competent side, particularly in their backs. They want to run you wide. They want to obviously make sure that the ball is passed to hand all the time. They're very, very, very skillful players. Now they've got a bit of a nudge on in the scrum. That's a very good scrum.
And
that's a penalty.
Penalty. Oh, Chiefs player's gone down holding his head. What happened there?
I don't know. Is it Vermeulen?
I think it might be. Yeah, he's sitting up now. I don't know. He suddenly went down clutching his head. Whether he caught an arm or
might be an elbow, mightn't it? He's a tough man. Goodness me.
It was. I'm pretty sure it was purely accidental. Whatever it was. I don't think there was anything untoward there. He's okay. He's back on his feet.
Whether he's got a cut or not, I don't know. But anyway, it's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, and they're going to kick this to the corner, aren't they? Chamonix. They're going for trying to get the 4 tries. They need 2 more on that 10-metre line inside the Exeter half. Live Champions Cup Rugby on BBC Radio Devon here in the south of France. Toulon still leading by that half-time score of 18 points to 5. Chamonix has found a good touch over there, 10 metres from the Exeter line, so some more defending for Exeter to do here.
That wasn't a great kick, actually, was it? It was quite a low kick, and it has found touch, but it wasn't cleanly struck. But look where they are, 10 metres from the Exeter try line.
Here comes the new front row for Chiefs. Max Norrie, Nick Abeladze, Marcus Street on for Scott Seo, Dan Frost, Nevin Payne, who've all done a very good job.
I think Frost is feeling that ankle, you know. He's limping as he comes running off. It's a pity. He's had 2 or 3 injuries. It's a bit like Feo Barbosa, isn't it? You know, these lads are suffering from knocks and bangs and bumps.
What an experience this is for Max Norrie.
Oh, you're not
Norrie, so Toulon have won that line out. Looking to get their catch and drive going. A lot of hard work for the replacements to get through.
The referee's got his arm out again.
So penalty, I'm assuming.
Penalty counts mounting now, isn't it, for the Chiefs?
15 metres out, Toulon in possession. Back out to that man Gigashvili, the tight head prop. He's been wrapped up well there. Oh, yeah.
No, he's going back to the penalty.
No advantage coming there. This will go to the corner again, I'm sure.
Is that pulling down, he signalled?
White looks for a quick one, but
they'll kick the corner again. They've got Exeter now by the throat, haven't they?
I think it was Daffy Jenkins that was against. Looked like he held up the number 5 fingers.
Did he? Yeah, they're going for the throat now. Oh.
Well, Woodburn's asking the question.
I definitely think.
Like the ref wants to check this.
Yeah, quite right.
He wants to check. That looked like the ball went over the corner flag.
It was a very casual kick. And now are they going to look at it? Well, Woodburn is adamant.
There's replacements coming on as well. So David Ribbons, the England lock, is coming on, and Baptiste Sarrin, the French scrum half, both coming on.
Well, perhaps the referee and the TMO have discussed it and they're happy with it, but it definitely looked as it went the wrong side of the corner flag. And how lucky Toulon are to bring on Dave Ribbons, the England second row, who had a good World Cup.
Sarrin on for Ben White, and Ribbons is on for Halagahu. Toulon have won the line out, looking to drive this over. They've got a pod of forwards, connects to stop this. I think they're going over.
Well, they're being held at the moment.
That's good defence from Chiefs. Crossfield kick. Dreen out on this wing, gathers. He tries to feed back inside, he does so. Chamonix with a flip ball back inside, which is gathered by Hammersley.
He's done good work
there. Exeter have rescued the situation. They've got ruck ball 15 metres from their own line, picked up by Fisselau.
Well done, Chiefs. Very good in defence. And I thought the man was jumped on the line.
Yeah, that was a bit ambitious from Toulon.
Yes, it was.
Should have kept it tight for longer, I think.
And Wyatt was good. He let him catch the ball before he tackled him.
Cairns.
Oh my goodness, what a
Chiefs to Slade. Skinner trying to put a chip over for Woodburn.
He's got it
gathers
too.
It.
Well done, Ollie Woodburn. Well done, Skinner.
Gets back.
Oh,
that was
that a tackle?
That was an upright tackle by Hervé, wasn't it? As you say, there was very little arms in that, John.
Was there any arms used at all?
Slade, little dink over the top. He's got Norrie out here. and the winger Dreen has allowed the ball to bounce to the touch. What a hectic passage of play, and there's injured or
all
struggling
over the place.
Players all over the place.
In fact, Ollie Woodburn has got up, and I think the gentleman that actually went for him with the no arms tackle has come off worst, and I can't see who it is. He's on his knees.
All the players down are Toulon players.
Yeah.
There's one doing a boot up, the other three have got injuries of various descriptions. One was flexing his calf muscles, another one's limping back into play, and there's a third one who's receiving treatment from the maybe extra tiring them out, John.
Well done the Chiefs. They took some high risk rugby in front of their own post, and Skinner put a little cross kicker in, and Woodburn, who's done really well since he's been on. He's a very experienced player, he's a good rugby player. He actually picked that ball up on a very difficult ricochet of a bounce, and he sprinted down the line. I think he was taken out. I think was a no arms tackle, and the players, we still can't see who it is because the two physios in red are on their knees in front of him. But there is now another injury taking place in the middle of the field.
It was clever, wasn't it? Because it looked brilliant. We were thinking, what are Exeter doing here? But it was obviously a training ground move.
It was good, and I've got to pay a lot of tribute here to Hammersley, because he did very well down here when he actually made the dive on the ball, and he managed to stay on his feet long enough to set up a ruck. So there's a lot of character with these boys, isn't there?
It's not looking good for the Toulon player. Looks like he's hurt his arm or his elbow.
Well, there was a real ricochet, wasn't there? Real
smack. Number is obscured.
Oh, he's done something, as you say. We're looking on the screen. Are they holding the shoulder like as it?
Yeah. It looks like he's dislocated his shoulder.
Dear.
We saw that with Niall Armstrong last week.
That's right, at Bath. Niall. Oh my goodness.
So they're going to bring on Malin Rabu,
and this is an awful. No, he's about 80 yards from the tunnel, so he's going to have to somehow get him across the field with his arm in a terrible. Oh, you're going to walk him around the touchline.
And it's the replacement who's literally just come on, Baptiste Sarah.
Oh right,
it's just come on.
Oh, poor man. The pain must be excruciating. I'm sure they've got a painkiller that will be able to get into.
So Rabu is on. Exeter are bringing on Stu Townsend for Tom Cairns at scrum half.
So while all this is going on, it's going to be a line out to Toulon.
We're about to have that line out close to the Toulon line.
Now a stretcher's coming on. He's left the field and he's on the far side of the ground in touch, and there's 4 people coming out with a stretcher. I should think if he lays down with a dislocated shoulder and being rocked a bit, oh dear.
This is crazy. They're having to wait for them to. We'll cross to Exeter City team news in a minute, but the line out close to the Toulon line is imminent here.
Surely they'd have had a stretcher on both sides of the field, wouldn't they? It's a great big stand over that side. Anyway, the game will not restart. The Exeter players are in a huddle now. Well, are they going to wait now to carry him off and bring him back?
Let's cross to that Exeter City team news, but it looks like the referee's going to wait for this now. So let's cross to John Ayres for team news from Exeter City versus Port Vale.
2 changes then for Exeter City this afternoon, and so Exeter City will have Diabate and Cole out. Diabate is unwell apparently, and Carroll and Kite come in, so they line up. Sinisalo in goal, across the back Zach Jules, Will Amison, Pierce Sweeney in the middle, Ryan Trevitt, Tom Carroll, Harry Kite and Ilmari Niskanen. Up front Yannick Wilshire, Jack Aitchison, Dion Rankin. The subs McDonald, Hartridge, Scott, Cole, Taylor and Harper.
Thank you very much, John. That match 3 o'clock commentary on that. 95.8 FM Exeter East Devon, 103.4 FM county-wide and Freeview county-wide. We're going to still have a stoppage here until this has been sorted, so let's cross to Harry Solvage for the team news from Frome Town versus Torquay United.
Gary Johnson makes 5 changes for this FA Trophy tile. Reece Lovett comes in goal for Mark Holstead. Moxie, Lapsley, Stobbs and Ash are all out of the squad. Stobbs obviously out with a long-term injury. In come Ross Marshall, Ryan Hansen, a first start for youngster Callum Thompson and a first United game for Jacob Wellington. United also named 4 Youth Academy players on the bench for this tie. Full commentary from 3 o'clock.
Thank you very much, Harry. The commentary on that can be heard on BBC Sounds and the BBC Sports website. We've just had that line out. Exeter have infringed, so it's a penalty to Toulon and a chance to clear their lines.
The Exeter coaches will be furious because it was a line out. It was being thrown in by Toulon in their 22. Instead of Exeter letting them have the ball, an Exeter forward actually infringed the man in the air, which gave them another penalty, which means they kicked a touch and they get the line-out throw. It's so simple, rugby. You can't keep giving away soft penalties. If they hadn't given the penalty, I think it would have been a kick into touch and Exeter would have had the throw.
Toulon have won that line-out, trying to move the ball through midfield through nice Laver. I cannot understand why we had to wait in play when the treatment is going on off the pitch. It was bizarre. Anyway, let's hope Baptiste Saran is all right. Chiefs have intercepted. I think it's Skinner again. But the door was shut quickly that time.
Yeah,
they spun the ball out. Slade missed pass to Woodburn. Woodburn gets into the 22 before being tackled.
Well, that's a penalty to Exeter there. That was blatantly infringed.
Referee's given it.
Yeah. No, there's a chance for Exeter to put some pressure now on Toulon. But as you said, once again, the handling that Toulon do, it's lovely to see. They're very, very swift and very, very dexterous.
High risk, though, isn't it?
High risk, and that's the second interception. And the door, as you said, was quite quickly shut.
Chiefs have kicked to the corner. If they can get a score here, they're right back in this.
Well, like I said, 18-5, you're still in the game.
Yeah.
If Toulon score next, then you're out of the game. But if Exeter could get a score now, anything, 5-3, whatever.
So 2 more replacements coming on. So 18 is Emerick Setiano, who's coming on for Gigashvili, the tight head prop. And we've also got Cornel Dupree, the South African-born Scotland international, who's also taking to the field. Gigashvili, of course, one of their try scorers this afternoon.
Right, can Exeter get their line-out sorted? Now, Norrie's going to throw into the line-out. First job for him to do. Yes, they've got the line-out. Good. Now then, Exeter, get some momentum. Try to get your legs pumping. Get the body angles right. Let's get over that try line. 5 metres from the try line, Exeter are. Pick and drive. Stay on your feet.
It's going well, just shy of the whitewash.
Where's the big boys? Tuima, that's who we want to see.
Ethan Roots attacks the blind side. They're almost there. Penalty advantage coming. Norrie will pick up and drive. Can he get over? Oh, so close.
Inches, isn't it? No, it's just inches from the try line for Exeter's second try of the match.
Townsend feeds another pod of forwards.
Good defence from Toulon.
How Exeter would love to score here. They're over. They got it down. I think that's a try. Oh, he says it's held up. To be fair to the referee, he's right on the spot.
So it's going to be a penalty to the Chiefs. So they'll do exactly the same again in that muddy corner.
There must have just been a hand underneath that ball.
Well, like I say, we're about 130 metres away from where it's happening. What are we doing? Tap and go?
Yeah, Norrie is going for a quick tap.
Got to get this score.
Takes it himself. He stopped about a metre or so short.
This is exciting rugby, isn't it? Just a metre short. Can Exeter get over the line for the second try of this match for them?
Picked up by Thistleout. So close. Good defence from Toulon, you've got to say that.
Patience from Exeter.
Again.
Oh, everything's on a metre here now.
Quite get the ball down.
Oh, is that the right way to go?
They've tucked the short side there.
That's the touchline is not our friend.
Bodies everywhere here. Where is the ball?
I can't see it, Nigel.
Well, they're trying to drive over the top of the pile of forwards there.
They don't want to go on the blind
side. Right in the
side.
far side.
You'll be in touch, won't you?
Again, good defence from Toulon. And again, this is great defence on the men in black.
It's energy sapping stuff.
And they've been held up this time. They've got the ball down, I think. Yeah.
Still 3 metres to go, isn't it, to the try line?
Maybe time to spin it.
They've got to be offside again, haven't they? Crikey.
They're up very quickly. Thistleout again. He's stopped about 4 metres out. Townsend snipes, but they've read that well. Villiers, the winger, is in there doing his defensive duties. This time Norrie sells a dummy. Has he got over? He has. Max Norrie, that's brilliant from the young hooker. Sold a fantastic dummy, swivels, gets the ball down, and Exeter right back in this. Toulon 18, Exeter 10.
Well, patience was the ideal thing there. They must have been there for 4 or 5 minutes, pounding away in that bottom corner. It's all cut up, it's very muddy over there. They've had 2 penalties. They should have had a third one because there was players in an offside position, but Chiefs are back in this now at 18 points to 10. It's a difficult conversion, but well done the Exeter forwards. Their patience was superb, their handling was good, they didn't do any knock-ons, and just as Henry's about to take the conversion, they're carrying the poor lad off who's
Baptiste Sarah.
Oh dear, he looks in absolute agony.
He's
poor man.
dislocated either his shoulder or his elbow.
Dear.
Horrific.
This game is alive now. It's Toulon 18, Exeter 10, and I think we've confirmed. I know the referee's saying hang on a minute for the conversion. This is all nervous stuff, isn't it?
What a thing for a young hooker to have the confidence on the European debut, John, to do that.
The dummy went over.
Slade kicks the conversion, so Exeter are only 6 points behind. We're into the last quarter of the game. Toulon 18, Exeter 12. Very similar to 10 years ago when Exeter was still in it close to the end, John, weren't they?
Absolutely, and here we are, the 18 points to 12 in favour of the home side. Exeter have come here as vastly underdogs, and my word, they've put up a tremendous show. There's a long time to go yet, but well done Max Norrie. I think everybody at the Teignmouth Rugby Club will be delighted to think of another Teignmouth boy that has come through to play at professional rugby at this level and score a try. Now then, Exeter got to do well from the restart. That was Hawkins up to the 22. Chiefs really now want to get into the opponent's 22 to see if they can get a winner.
Got to get the next score, haven't they? They don't want to give away any silly penalties.
No, absolutely right, Nigel.
And they take 18-12 now to get a bonus point
absolutely
here over in Toulon.
1 point would be brilliant. Townsend. Lovely box kick.
Fair play to Chiefs, so they persevered.
Yes.
They might have thought about spinning it, but no.
Hammersley's done brilliantly. Absolutely wonderful. That young man on the wing, he's only knee-high to a grasshopper, but my word, he made the tackle, got to his feet, got his hands on the ball. Well done, young man.
I think Toulon's fitness is being tested here, John.
Well, you know how fit Exeter are.
Yeah.
They have the hardest pre-season in the Premiership.
Skinner's going to kick this to the corner.
They go down to the Marine camp, don't they? And they do work on Exmouth Beach. Now then, this is interesting. Exeter have kicked the corner. Norrie, the try scorer, comes over to take the line out throw. Now then, if they can get some good ball.
15 metres out.
Wow. 18 to Toulon, 12 to Exeter.
Oh, Toulon had nicked that. Good work. Is it David Ribbons? It might have been.
Just got his fingertips to it.
Disappointing.
Oh. Now then, don't give away a silly penalty, Exeter.
Yeah, don't give them an easy escape here.
All they've got to do is to let them kick to touch.
Toulon have got a ruck ball about 7 metres from their line. Oh, Chiefs almost went offside there. Hammersley underneath this, got plenty of time to gather that. Chucks the ball inside to Wyatt. He thought he spotted a gap. That's a great tackle on him by Rabu, the replacement. Townsend. Again, Chiefs. Townsend to Ethan Roots with support from Vermeulen and
fabulous rugby from Exeter.
Jenkins. Townsend again. Abeladze, lovely little offload to Norrie. He's everywhere at the moment. Skinner, Hawkins, a wiper kick, aiming for that corner.
That's a beauty.
Chamonet's going to have to field it. He's under pressure. He did well.
Exeter will get the throw.
He did very well. He's been excellent this afternoon, Chamonet.
But it's a good line out now for Exeter. They're in the opponent's 22. Now they've got to get this line out right. The last line out went astray. They need to get this line out. Norrie's gone over. He's got the ball. He's wiping the wall with a towel to dry it off. The captain's got to call this, Jenkins.
64.5 minutes gone. Exeter trailing 18-12 live, and they've lost another one.
Another line out. That's 2 line outs on the trot.
How frustrating for the Chiefs. Again, Toulon high risk trying to run it out. Villiers caught about 15 metres from his own line. They do like this high-risk rugby.
Why can't we win a line-out in the opponent's 22? It's such an important part of the game. Here comes another kick. Wyatt will field that one. He does. Now he'll run.
No.
He's going to kick.
He stopped and kicked, and Woodburn trying to get underneath this. He almost got his hands, and that's gone backwards.
Oh, he very nearly got two hands to it, didn't he?
Toulon, Gail Dreen.
He's still not kicking, are they?
I'm not quite sure why they're doing this.
No.
Putting themselves under a lot of unnecessary
pressure. If Exeter can win this ball now, they're 4 yards from the try line.
What are Toulon doing?
Well, they're giving Exeter a chance, in a rate. Now Toulon have secured possession, but I think they're only going to kick to touch. And that'll be another line out for Exeter.
Cool, and he just got the kick away there.
Another line out for the Chiefs. So must have been touched in flight.
It's touched in flight. How annoying is that? It's going to be a Toulon. Referee indicating touched in flight. So it's a Toulon throw-in midway inside the Toulon half, and they're trying to waste time now.
Yeah, they are. As you said, Dan, I think Toulon are running out of steam a little bit. These young Exeter men are trying all their best to keep the game flowing, and they want to keep having breaks.
Come on, referee, you've got to
stop
down on this.
You can't let one side slow the game down.
It's
like
basic.
When their line-out is so sound, isn't it?
It's gone very well. Olivon, their skipper, gathering that one.
Now then, Toulon, they've got the ball. They're inside their own half, so it's probably going to be another kick. Hammersley waits. It's going to be a kick downfield taken by Wyatt. Thinks about kicking, thinks about running, sees a gap. He goes for the wiper kick.
Chaminade, beautiful pick up again. He is class, that fullback.
He's been the man of the match by a street, hasn't
he? Good gather by Chiefs there. And that was Wyatt again. Chaminade again fielding that.
But he was tackled by Wyatt. So
both fullbacks have had great games.
Great games, yeah. Toulon have got the ball, but they're on their own 22. The big men are rumbling. Dave Ribbons is there, the England lock.
Exeter just look like they've got more in the tank.
Yeah, they look as though they've got some, as you said, energy left. Horrible bounce.
Yeah. Gain Wyatt.
Kicks ahead. It's outside the 22. They can't go.
It's gone backwards.
And there's a charge down.
Now Exeter got possession. Picked up by Townsend. So Exeter won the kicking contest there.
Absolutely.
Possession just outside the 22. Fisselau. Slade cuts back in. That's a good tackle.
Lovely
on Slade.
Play. Lovely play from both sides. Tackling and
Skinner
Slade.
Caught just outside that 22. Exeter really asking some questions here. Fisselau.
And a super performance. 68 minutes played, 12 minutes left. Exeter asking the questions.
Skinner to Hawkins. He cuts back inside and he's driven to the ground by the replacement prop Priso.
Counter ruck's good.
Yeah, Exeter under pressure here. Can they rescue it? I think Toulon have got it. They have. Good work by Toulon there. Kick has come off a Chiefs player though. It's Hervé who's doing the scrum half duties though. It's a kick straight into the hands of Chaminade, who feeds Villiers.
Forward pass. At last the referee at Toulon has seen a forward pass. We were here 10 years ago when Exeter conceded a try which we thought was about 3 metres forward. That was definitely a forward pass and the officials got it spot on. Now you can boo all you like, Toulon. That was a metre forward.
I thought for a horrible moment history was going to repeat itself there, John.
No. Now then, players have gone down on both sides. This has been a titanic battle, Nigel. One of the best games that we've seen. We're going to see it on the screen now. Nobody can boo then, can they?
No,
there's a forward pass.
They've just seen it forward on the screen.
They're still booing.
Unbelievable.
A dear old Chalky White used to say in France that all the passes are flat. Whether they're back, forward, or
10
straight.
years ago, that try for David Smith killed Chiefs off, didn't it?
In that same corner.
In exactly
there,
the same position, almost. Probably a little bit further down the pitch.
Very true. Now, there's a player getting some treatment on the far side.
Ethan Roots.
He's having his leg strapped, is he?
Yeah, cool. He's got a huge strapping on his thigh.
Must be a dead leg, I should think.
Well done, referee, having the courage to give that.
Oh, I think he's been very good.
Yeah, he has.
Very good indeed. But what a contest. 69 minutes on the clock. It's Toulon 18, Exeter 12. And this is at the moment now Exeter would come away with 1 point and Toulon would have 4. But that can all change.
And it's ages since Toulon have been anywhere near Exeter's 22, isn't it? Absolutely ages.
The last 15 minutes has been all Exeter. And they managed to get that try through Norrie and the conversion from Slade.
They've still got players on the bench they can bring on. Lewis Pearson, Ross Vincent, Rory O'Cloughlin.
Right, here's the scrum. Now this will be interesting because the first team front row has gone off. This is the second string boys.
Listen to that home crowd trying to get behind their team.
Well, that's exactly what you expect. And next week we play Munster on Sunday. It's going to be a big weekend of rugby again at Sandy Park. I think there's 12,500 tickets been sold, so it's going to be a big crowd. And then the week after it's Leicester. It doesn't get any easier, does it? Crikey. What was it?
Bristol,
Newcastle,
then Northampton.
It was Newcastle away, Bath away, Toulon away, Munster home, Leicester home, Father Christmas.
Sorry, Leicester home.
And then Father Christmas.
Yeah.
Right. They're coming away from the mudded area. I think the pitch is cut up badly.
Missing nothing here, just waiting for the scrums to be set.
But the clock's going, look. It's 70 minutes and 38 seconds, and it's ticking away, and the crowd are starting to slow hand clap.
Liverpool have hit back. Jordan Ayew was sent off for second yellow, and then Mo Salah and Harvey Elliott have got goals to give Liverpool a 2-1 win at Crystal Palace.
Penalty to Exeter. So the new front row's done well. They've done not only well, they've actually achieved a penalty. And that's the first penalty in the scrum.
Toulon ain't happy with that.
No, they aren't. And that's a sign of tiredness, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
And the Toulon front row went down, and the referee immediately gives a penalty.
Put this right in the corner.
This would be wonderful. And a line out now. But of course, the last 2 line outs Exeter have not been able to win. So they've got to work out something now with Max Norrie. And the jumpers, Henry Slade.
If ever you wanted a man to judge something to perfection, it's Henry Slade.
Yeah, and he's done it brilliantly. That's a lovely kick.
10, 15 metres out.
Yeah,
that's
now then,
good.
You forwards, you've got to get this sorted. Jenkins is the captain.
You can't let a third opportunity go begging here.
This is the third line out in an attacking 22-metre area. You've got to get this right.
Pressure on Max Norrie, who scored that fabulous try.
Thrown long.
Oh, they've lost another one, and they've given away a penalty. Toulon caught it, and the player was taken out by a Chiefs player.
Oh, what a pity. 3 line-outs on the trot.
Such a shame. Oh, it's Lewis Pearson. Pearson has come on. I missed that, John.
Yeah, what a shame. That's the 3rd line-out in the opponent's 22 that has cost Exeter possibly another score.
Pearson's on for, I think it's Tuima. Oh, disappointing.
Yeah, and that's a very good kick downfield. Goodness me, he's kicked that about 35, 40 metres. Well, both these clubs have had great wins in Europe, having won the European Champions Cup 3 times. Toulon, Exeter have won it, of course, the last English club to do so. And here we are with 7 minutes to go, the game in the balance.
Don't forget 3 o'clock live commentary on Devon's 3 main football teams: Plymouth Argyle at Leicester, Exeter City at home to Port Vale, and Torquay United in the trophy at Frome.
Toulon keeping it tight now.
It's almost like giving them second win that last line out.
They've gone another 10 or 15 metres.
They suddenly seem to have found some extra energy.
Another penalty. Oh no, Exeter got the turnover. I thought for an awful moment he was going to give a penalty against Exeter for pulling it down. Instead of that, Ribbons has got his hands in the air. He's gesticulating. He says the referee's totally wrong. So do the crowd.
The referee's getting the bird, as they call it.
Yes,
here.
he certainly is. But has he changed his mind?
Don't think so, has he?
He has. Or has he? No, he's given a scrum to Exeter. Or is he having a chat?
No, Townsend's got the ball.
Yeah, it's going to be an Exeter scrum.
He's giving an explanation, I think, of why he made that decision.
Now then, this is a very, very important scrum. We can't afford to be giving anything away here. And when the referee gets harangued like he has, the temptation is for the referee to watch the side that is not not the favourite sort of thing. If his arm goes up here, I'll be disappointed. Here comes the scrum. Massive part of rugby union, the scrummage.
We have got 5.5 minutes left. Exeter got a bonus point at the moment. Oh, he wants a reset.
Good. He's not good. He's asking a reset, and now he's getting a bit feisty in there.
It's one of those tricky ones, isn't it, for Chiefs, where they bite your hand off for a bonus point, but they can still win this.
And now this is even more crucial, because the referee now is under pressure to give a penalty.
He's moved to a more solid piece of grass.
If you're a young referee, this is your first big game in Europe. The crowd are on to you.
Well,
you've had 2 occasions where the scrum's gone down.
He's shown so far he's not going to be influenced by the crowds. He's got a very bright future ahead. This
he's done very well. I hope he doesn't get swayed into giving a penalty against Exeter almost for the sake of giving a penalty. Crowd are in full cry here in the south of France.
The home player of the match has gone to Olivon.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Well, I thought Jaminet was...
Yeah, both of them have been brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Here we go again.
They play high-risk rugby, then it suits them. That's a good scrum from Exeter. Get the ball away.
Get the ball out. Oh, it's been kicked forward. Oh, he wants another reset.
That's all right. That's all right. Initially, Exeter did well at that scrum, and then it ended up a bit untidy. The ball was stuck under a foot. He's not being panicked into giving penalties.
And this is running the clock down. Chiefs will probably be happy with.
No, I don't understand what they're chanting. The crowd are not happy with the referee, obviously. It's now 4:45 in the south of France, and we've got a game which is into the last 5 minutes, and what a game of rugby it's been. This young Exeter side that were given no hope at all, no chance of pulling off a result here against the much fancied Toulon side. Exeter are within 6 points. It's Toulon 18, Exeter 12. Both sides scored 2 tries. A brilliant game, hasn't it?
Whatever the outcome, John, these young lads are going to benefit so much from this, aren't they?
Now they get the ball in and get it away. That's good.
Quick.
Pick it up and go.
And Exeter got the penalty. Toulon have wheeled it.
Well, I never did. The crowd now are going to go absolutely ballistic. But again, I think he's absolutely right. They turned the scrum. They weren't pushing squarely. Nobody in this crowd knows more about scrummaging than a lot of people that are out there in the scrum itself. But Henry Slade...
Cometh the hour, cometh the man again. Slade.
Slade with a kick to the corner.
From his own 10-metre line, so it's a much more difficult one.
Trouble is, we've lost 3 lineouts on the trot.
Yeah. Can they win this one? That's about 30 metres from the try line, so it's a long way out. But as you say, just got to get the ball.
Yeah.
Spend the last few minutes camped in the they've gone long this time. That's clever. Villiers has wrapped up. I think it was Joe Hawkins. Got to get the ball to ground. They have. Townsend, Fisselau, the home supporters are furious.
Townsend goes.
Imagine how they reactive X to score a try.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
The referee might need an escort for Mullen. Skinner, Hawkins, this is brilliant. Wyatt, just lost his footing as he cut inside. This is like a bear pit, John.
Absolutely, the crowd are going ballistic, and now Exeter running
Skinner.
the ball.
Lovely pass. Exeter, can they just get the ball away? Hammersley picks up, he's 5 metres out in the corner. He's got support.
Sensational rugby from the Exeter Chiefs.
Can they finish this off? We're into just over 2 minutes remaining here at the Stade Maillot.
Pick and drive up the blind side, go Exeter.
Vermeulen.
There's the ball.
There's a Toulon player down injured. To Abaladze. That's a good saving tackle coming across
Exeter
there
got the
from
ball.
Dupria. Right by the corner flag.
Stay in field, Exeter. Don't go anywhere near that touchline. It's got to go to the right. 2 metres out, Chiefs.
Townsend's got the ball out. Can they drive this over? Townsend needs some support, or the forwards are taking it over. Pearson goes himself. Can Exeter finish this off? There would barely be time for Toulon to respond. Penalty advantage coming.
Chiefs have got a penalty, so they can go for broke here now. We're into the last
Norrie
minute.
looking for his second try.
Another penalty award.
Can they get over? He got it down. I don't think the ref can see that.
Well, is he going to go upstairs?
Well, it's at least a penalty.
Yeah, they've got the penalty, and the clock will stop now. Well, it should be stopped. It's on 79 minutes and 6 seconds. Surely he's got to stop the clock.
It's a decision. Yeah, I think he's going to.
Yeah, the clock
upstairs.
is stopped on 79 minutes
and 11. Chat with his touch judge first. Yeah, we're going upstairs to see
to this crowd.
To see, I can't remember if it was Norrie now, whether we'd gone on to another phase when they crossed. But
this has been a sensational second half from Exeter. At 18-5 down at half time, it looked as though the next score, if it had gone to Toulon. Wow.
Where's the ball there, John?
We're looking. I'll look on the right hand screen.
It's hard to see from here.
Well, as you say, we've got a penalty.
Looks promising, doesn't it? It's not.
Well, we can't see the ball from that angle, can we?
No, it's not Norrie, is it? It's the next phase on.
They go a little high as well.
He's given the try. He has given the try.
Wow.
That is incredible. So, Henry Slade, who kicked a last-minute kick to win the match against Gloucester, has now got a conversion to win the match. Surely, what have we got? 33 seconds left.
There won't be any time after this, will there?
What's the clock?
The stop clock is on.
67 seconds, yeah, this is the last kick. So Henry Slade is going to run this clock down. And then he's got to put it between the sticks, and if they do that, Exeter will have won in Toulon.
There's 2 players from Toulon come running out. Now what's happening now? Are they querying where the conversion's being taken from? Oh, this is turning into unsavoury incidents at the end of the match. I think the referee has been told by the 2 players that come running out for Toulon.
The clock has stopped on 79. Started again now.
I think they're telling him that he's not got the ball in the right position. This is awful for Henry Slade. He's being talked to.
Yeah, he's been told to move it. Well, surely he's got to have fresh time now. Well, whatever happens, this is the last kick of the game, so that is decided.
And the score at the moment is Toulon 18, Exeter 17. The conversion will win the match. The crowd are lovely and sporting here, aren't they?
The try was Jacques Vermeulen, by the way.
Lovely sporting crowd in the south of France.
Well, you wouldn't want anyone else over this ball than Henry Slade, would you? He showed against Gloucester he's got nerves of ice. Slade, he's kicked the ball through, and Exeter Chiefs have won in Toulon. It is absolutely unbelievable. Toulon 18, Exeter Chiefs 19. Who would have thought it? No one gave them a chance, and they've come here and beaten the Challenge Cup holders on their own pitch.
And listen to this crowd, the booing and jeering cheering is just incredible. But Exeter have scored 3 tries to Toulon's 2. And Henry Slade, ice cool Henry Slade, he kicked the winner with the last kick of the game against Gloucester. He's just done exactly the same with a conversion. Exeter won this match by 19 points to 18.
Okay.
Wow,
unbelievable, John. Absolutely unbelievable. Well, we said, didn't they, when they got it back to 18-12, they were very much in it. Toulon looked like they were tiring. The referee is getting absolute grief coming off the pitch.
I think he's refereed the game perfectly well. He got the right decisions. Toulon played some stupid rugby in their own 22. They were running the ball from everywhere. They were almost a little bit too arrogant, but take nothing away from the Exeter Chiefs. They've come to the south of France to a bear pit, and they've absolutely won this match 3 tries to 2. Henry Slade will get the headlines for the conversion, but some of these young men have really grown up today, and the future is very, very bright for the Exeter Chiefs.
And what a start to their European campaign, John, or their Champions Cup campaign, I should say. It's the stuff of dreams, isn't it?
Well, the 300 or so supporters that have travelled over to the south of France cost an awful lot of money to come over here. They've seen one of the best performances ever by Exeter in Europe, and don't Exeter love this competition?
And of course, the small matter of Munster next Sunday, John.
Goodness me, it gets better.
At Sandy Park. Well, unbelievable. And I said Vermeulen confirmed as the try scorer, John, at the end. But great for him.
Well, wonderful rugby from Exeter. They made a bit of a mess of their line out, but they won the line out that mattered. They threw the ball over the top, won the penalty, got the try. Well done, the Chiefs.
Thank you, John, for your excellent contribution as ever. We'll hand you back to the studio. The fantastic score here at the Stade Royal: Toulon 18, Exeter Chiefs 19.
Amazing. That's what sport's all about. A last-minute conversion from Henry Slade, getting that narrow victory for the Exeter Chiefs away at Toulon in the Champions Cup. And we'll have all the reaction to that particular game later on here on BBC Radio Devon Sport.